Two old people on a couch here. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for viewing the video. It is Midweek Wednesday, and I am Debbie, and this is Mark, and this is our second take because Karen forgot to turn off the air conditioner on our first take. I know, and so we had that air conditioner noise, and we had to redo it. So,
but we weren't far into it.
No, we weren't. It was
30
just,
seconds in. So,
it's okay. It's all right.
We'll forgive you this time, Karen.
Karen wants to know when she gets vacation. So she's worried about it, and she's thinking she's due some vacation time. Okay. And I told her she took off all this time last year, and so she doesn't have any vacation time, but she wants the first 2 weeks in July off. So we may have to let her have the first 2 weeks in July. She don't know yet, but she's like, I need it off. So...
She's giving me a look for something. What did you guys talk about before I came in?
About her vacation. She wants the first 2 weeks in July, so she won't be here then. So
I think we can work.
Yeah, we'll get her vacation.
We'll get Fred in.
Yeah, we'll get Fred in.
We'll get Fred in to run the show.
Yeah, we haven't been.
Fred's better than you anyway.
Oh, stop.
No, I'm just joking. We love Karen.
Yes, we do love Karen. So what do you have going on?
I'm having a really good day today.
Well, good.
I feel energetic. The other day, I think my allergies, I had a headache, and I was just dragging all day. Like, today has been a very nice day.
Good.
And I want to start off by thanking all the new subs.
Oh, yeah.
And we're getting views.
All the new subscribers.
We're getting views.
And our old subscribers. I want to thank you guys.
We are really desperately trying to watch. And if you subscribe to us, we subscribe to you. And, even if we put it in the playlist and try to nail it out, we can't thank you all enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
For everybody, all the new subscribers. Yeah. And join some new, I've been... some of the new subscribers, I'm really enjoying, and next Monday, I think they should be bigger. Some of the smaller channels,
I know,
they should be bigger.
We like
they're very good.
Yeah, small channels. We're into the small channels.
Yeah.
We like them.
Yeah.
So anyway, next Monday we're going to be spinning that wheel for the food baskets. We have 3 prizes. Yep. 1 first prize, and then two of the second prizes. Okay. So if you want to be in that drawing, go back and comment on our video that we did on 5/31, which was entitled, I have no earthly idea, but it was on 5. Yeah. So
just go back.
Yeah. Comment on that video and we'll get you put on the wheel.
It'll make it interesting to figure out. Now, one other thing I wanted to talk about is, I've been going to shuffle dance. Mm-hmm.
When is that?
That's
viral video.
Boy, we're not doing it until it's perfected. The girls wonder the same thing. Yeah. But the girls, girls, right?
I do know girls.
Boy, they like to gossip, right?
They do like to gossip.
And so I'm in a pickle because I'm lead dancer because I'm so good. Mm-hmm. I'm the best dancer out of them all. So that they made me lead it.
They do.
But they all come to me and they're like, ooh, I'm not happy because that girl over there was trying to mess with my boyfriend a little bit. They were, they were Gideon with their boyfriend, and then this one over here, they're having troubles with their parents, but they all come to me, and then they say, don't tell anybody else. And I don't, because I'm a guy. I don't tell anybody else, but you girls, you tell me like it's just me.
And then you tell somebody else.
Then other one, and then it gets out, and then boy, they're looking at me. Lead dancer is the guy that always is the one that I told you not to tell anybody else, and then they start crying, and then we have to hug it out again, and I'm like, I'm not the one that did
lead dancer.
That's all. Let's get on with the show.
Okay.
Furry friends? Nope.
Yes, furry friends.
What else?
Oh, well, I have a beef with you.
Okay.
Because
what
you
now?
Called me at like 7:30 this morning and woke me up out of a sound sleep.
I did.
And said, we got to go run an errand, and we're going to come by for coffee to pick up coffee.
Right.
And so then, on top of that, I made you the coffee, and then you bring your coworker in here.
Yes, I did.
And the house is a mess.
I did.
I'm not dressed.
You were in bed, but you felt guilty, though, because I said, are you up? Because we're going to be running. Yeah. The fax machine was down, so she had to get it in today. So she had to run over to do that. We go right by our house. So I was like, ooh. I'll get Debbie to make me some coffee, right?
Yeah.
And so we got, and I thought it was a good idea. Yeah. But you didn't.
I didn't at first, but I did because then I felt guilty. So then I did it.
we like to talk. I was telling her about how we did the living room. Instead of talking about it and trying to explain it,
I showed it.
She could see it. Okay.
All right. So let's go to
furry
furry friends.
You're over.
I don't care. I was just joking.
Furry friends. Let's all get to those furry friends.
Okay. This is Lexi Lulu.
Man, Lexi's chilling.
She is Shell's husband's seizure alert dog. So anyway. This dog looks like it is just adorable and loving.
Yeah.
Just a loving little puppy.
Yeah. Well, it's what a golden retriever kind of, whatever. I forget what kinds are.
Yeah.
But they're good dogs.
Yeah.
And obviously
it's trained.
Good. And maybe, it's on, maybe the seizures aren't happening so much, so he's on downtime right now.
Yeah, right now.
And he's got his hat on backwards and he's just, looking at the parking lot. You know what dogs like to do in the parking lot? They like to see who's walking by, and I like it because sometimes whenever I go by, I say hi to those dogs. I say, "Hey, what's up, puppy?"
We always do.
And most dogs will just kind of like
look at you.
You're talking to me. Yeah, you like me, don't you?
Yeah.
And some bark at you, but he looks like he would just go, "Yo, what's up?" Like
pet me.
Yeah.
So anyway,
beautiful looking dog,
cute puppy. Thank you for sending that in, and send your furry friends into twooldpeopleonacouch@gmail.com.
And I have a friend called Shell. But he's from Sweden, and it's spelled Kjel, pronounced Shell.
Oh.
But I call him Kjel.
Yeah, you do call him Kjel, so that's okay. All right, so we have some news, not really some fun news today, but some news. So, and some information. Some important information.
We can't even go over half the stuff that's going on out there. But I heard that California, boy, them people are not happy in California.
Why
Did you hear that?
Not happy?
Boy, they're dictator governor, that goes out and parties and goes out to dinner and enjoys himself while everybody. He went from opening everything up to June 15 to canceling it.
So, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
I'm surprised that everybody isn't open right now.
He said nope.
We are pretty much
He's
open.
keeping them in emergency situations, and it's going to extend past June 15th. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I know. Some of these governors are just...
I know. Okay, go ahead.
So, to the regular news now. Okay, so we have a pair of wildfires in Arizona burning more than 150,000 acres.
That's a lot.
And so, lots of evacuations, and the fires are still burning.
How much of it do they have under control?
I don't know.
I like to do.
I know.
You didn't even read the article. You just looked at the headlines and put it on our show.
I know, I do.
Okay.
So, the U.S. warns Venezuela, Cuba to turn away any Iranian ships believed to be carrying arms.
Okay.
So again, we have the ships that are going to Venezuela, and so it should be interesting times. We'll see what happens with all that.
I remember back whenever the USSR used to do a lot of trying to get things down to South America and to Cuba. So it looks like other entities now are trying to get interested in that too.
Yeah. So, and then this was earlier today. Biden was speaking to the U.S. troops and their families on his first foreign trip as president. So just so we know, Biden is over in Europe right now doing whatever Biden does.
Things.
So, doing Biden things.
They got their masks on. So that's all good.
Okay. So, we're going to get into this part right here, and we should think about maybe doing something like this one of these days. One of these days. We should think about doing some of this one of these days, because we don't have any of this going on now. At all.
You're going to say that we don't have any of that in our house, so people don't come.
Yeah. So, anyway, here's how much, and this is in the news right now, so this is something to pay attention to.
Listen to me. If you're hiding your money,
don't put it on your mattress.
Don't stick it just in your mattress, hanging out.
Yeah.
Because people run in and just go and run out the door. So hide it a little bit better than that.
But the news is picking up on this, so there has to be a reason. So high alert. Everybody on high alert. So how much emergency cash do you need to stash if an emergency happens?
You've been warning people all the time about the
we do have
emergency
food and emergency water. So
generator and gas and everything.
So then you have to decide, how much to save, right? So how much can you afford? So just take baby steps. Just try to save a little bit at a time, right? Aim to save like $2,000.
Yeah, that's good.
Because if everything goes down and the power goes down, you won't be able to use your ATM, your credit cards, nothing. So you got to think about how much money you would need.
Even whenever I was single, I always tried to have $1,000, not personally on me, in the bank.
Yes.
$1,000 safety
and
money.
we still do that.
Because if a car breaks down or if something happens, you need that money.
Yeah.
It's the people that live paycheck to paycheck. And then what are you going to do? Go out and get a loan for something, and then now you got interest. Just bear down. Don't buy something that you don't really need. Yeah. Put that $1,000 and act like you don't have $1,000.
And that is a rule.
That's the least amount I've done in my lifetime. Yeah. Now I have,
That is a rule that I have picked up from you. That anytime when we are at $1,000 in our checking account, it's at zero.
It's zero.
It's zero.
And then you throw the extra into the savings, but the checking always has $1,000
in it. Yeah. We do live by that principle. So it's a good principle, baby steps. So okay, there's no magic number of how much you need to save though. Okay? There's not. Just baby steps, $20. Just
you can always save more too. I mean
$20 every paycheck and build that up or whatever.
I'm glad that we saved and we're getting close. I'm 55 and I was close to being able to retire. But I still want to work I'm not lazy, so I want to work all the way up to 67 or whatever it is. But I'm glad whenever this happened, we're doing good in this lifetime right now.
Because we have no debt.
We have no debt. Because I'm cheap.
Yes, he is cheap.
I'm cheap.
He's very cheap.
I hate to spend money.
So the cost of covering necessities, and it talks about 10 gallons of water is $28. Okay. Gasoline, 20 gallons is $44. A portable solar generator is $130. Battery powered lights is $20. And emergency solar crank up radio is $20. So just some things to have in your emergency.
You want to freak out an old homesteader?
Why?
Because water, it comes flowing out of the sink and everything, right? Yeah. If you told somebody that transported it from the past, right? Came in here, look at that. If you take 10 gallons, right, and double it,
you're paying more for water.
You're paying more for water than gas. And I'm telling you,
people would freak out.
People would come and go, what? It's just water. It's just like you run it through a filter and boom, it's...
Water is life.
It is. No,
water
it is.
Life.
I'm just saying, you drink bottled water. I drink the tap water because I'm too cheap to... It's ludicrous to pay more for water than for gas, I think.
Well,
Go ahead.
Have to, because I keep emergency water, so I have to rotate it.
I know, I'm rambling kind of long here. I'm sorry, people.
So the cost of an emergency kit, so batteries and tools, $120 first aid supplies, perishable food, non-perishable food, medicine,
I
medication.
love the pictures that they, like... Yeah. Like you're gonna survive. I mean, it's good to have a little, but those little scissors, they're just to cut the gauze and.
Yeah,
this is just a thermometer in there, who cares what your temperature is?
You might need to know.
All right,
you might need to know. Okay,
they got the pills,
Yeah. Whoops. Now
in this day and age, nobody can survive without their pills. But boy, they have pill.
And how is a national emergency fund different from other savings is that you should have it on hand in case you need it.
Yeah.
So you should, because you won't be able to use your credit cards and you won't be able to go to the ATM and get money out if all
you
services
have to have a
went
little
down.
hidden well.
Yes. Well, we're going to get to that.
All right.
How to start an emergency fund. Set some savings goals.
Yeah.
Okay. Make savings for your emergency fund a priority. Yep. So just... a little bit at a time.
This used to be common sense.
Yeah.
That people used to teach their kids and everything. It's like, but nowadays, boy, people don't even they're in debt. Yeah. Every last person in America almost is in debt.
A lot of people are in debt.
But they got a nice boat, though.
They do have a nice boat.
And I like to befriend. I'm cheap. I befriend the person with the boat.
It says put other contributions on hold while you build an emergency fund.
You
so
have
make it a priority.
It's in the Bible.
Yes.
People say, 10%. But what the Bible also says, and this is true, and you should tithe if you can, but it says take care of your family first.
Yeah.
Your family first, then tithe to the Lord.
And then it says, should your emergency fund be all cash? And consider opening a separate savings account to serve as an emergency national emergency fund. Although I question having that money in the bank because you won't be able to get. If it was a national emergency,
we're screwed if they do kill. If one day they say whatever you have in the bank is nothing, we're screwed. Yeah. But
things are bad at that point.
Yeah, you don't want to be.
No,
you're going to be fighting just to stay alive.
But you can consider some cash savings and other form of alternative assets, some silver, especially. Gold is expensive, so probably not so much that, but a little bit of silver just in case cash bottoms out and isn't worth any money.
Preppers, people think, have bartering.
And have bartering items. That's probably more important. Coffee, cigarettes, alcohol, all those things that people want that would be willing to trade for. Yeah. So, and how to hide your money at your home, and it tells you, hollowed out books, aspirin in your medicine cabinet, but make sure you know where it's at so that you don't throw it out and that other people in the household
my kids are screwed.
Throw it out.
If we get in a car wreck, they'll never find it.
Yeah. And, waterproof bags and bury it in the back or put it in potting plants.
I got a better place.
Yeah. So, anyway.
I got a place nobody will find.
Okay. So, and why it's a good idea to have cash on hand during an emergency is because you can't get to the bank, obviously. And what to do right now if you don't have an national emergency fund, then get started a little bit at a time. Little bit at a time.
Or you youngins, start it.
Yeah.
If the earlier you do it, the better off you are. But I mean, right now, take if you're making it. Take 10%
and save it.
And save it. Yeah, 10% to the Lord or whatever. But 10%, you start forcing yourself to act like that's not part of your
80%. Yeah. Yeah. And then talk to your lender, see what funds you can free up or whatever, and pay down your debt.
But if you're like 21 and you start putting 10% of what you make away faithfully, boy, you'll be set later on in life.
Okay, and I don't know the answer to this question, but I do know that Nostradamus has chilling predictions for 2021.
The quatrains or whatever.
So, and it's not looking good for 2021.
Yeah, well,
so
it didn't look good for 2012. It didn't look... Yeah. I don't know. It was interesting because whenever History Channel was the only... wasn't really so much on the internet.
Yeah.
It was on... Remember, the History Channel would have... Nostradamus, and it would have all the...
It's interesting.
It's really cool, and it's cool to think that maybe somebody had the insight, but the way it's in code, they make the code sound like it's this.
It could be anything.
It could be anything.
Yeah, and they only know after the fact.
And then whenever it comes close to being right, then they're like, ooh, Nostradamus was right on. Yeah. And Edgar Casey is another guy that's really interesting on his predictions. So it's really cool to look at.
Yeah.
And you would think, well, maybe they do see the future. Yeah. Maybe God gave them that
gift.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's true or untrue. It's just a lot of things, they stretch it sometimes.
All right. And then here's a breakdown of the trillions worth of pandemic stimulus that we've unleashed already. And between this and that and the other, it says nearly $8 trillion just in the last 14 months for... So I was going to look up our debt clock, but I didn't. So
I would like to be
it's almost to 40.
I said this on our show before. I wonder what the cartoon would be like. They used to stretch the dollars. Whenever it was $4 trillion, and it would like reach the moon or something like that. Boy, where are we at now? We're probably out to another planet. Saturn or something. Yeah.
Okay, and then astronomer. You
can't ever say that. Astronomers.
I can't say it. So,
I just said it.
Discovered a new planet with an important similarity to Earth. So it is
10 billion light years.
Yeah, but
forget it, people.
It's in the same distance from their sun and all that kind of stuff. So it's similar to ours.
Look, none of the planets near us are inhabitable.
We can't go to any place anyway.
And we don't have the time or
to get there.
To get to the other one. Let's just make this little rock really nice.
Yes, let's do.
And if it gets annihilated by an asteroid, well, it gets annihilated.
Yeah.
Who then the human race is over.
Yeah.
Big whoop. But while the human race is here, boy, we're going to have one heck of a, fun time here on this planet. Quit spending billions of dollars to take a picture of Pluto.
Okay. We have peacocks. Okay. The West Coast has... Okay, the East Coast is dealing with cicadas, right?
Yeah.
Well, the West Coast is dealing with peacocks.
Yeah, because that's the thing.
Yeah, well, there's like hundreds of peacocks running amok.
Oh, I don't know where they came from,
but yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
It scares me to death. No.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you got to overrun a peacock. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to go Google it and see if the people in Los Angeles have them flying over their heads and they're just cars are almost hitting into them. I will see.
And then a major drought is still impacting the western United States, so everybody heads up on that because I think it's going to get
it's not
really
here.
Bad. No.
Don't be starting to tell me that this whole
Well, I'm
global...
just saying, the western United States is experiencing an
warming.
unrelenting drought, and it looks like it may be here to stay.
But don't say the GW word to me because we have gotten so much rain here that it just happens. It'll be rainy here. It'll be dry over there. Then the next 5 years, it'll be rainy over there and dry over here.
I know. It's weather.
It's weather.
Yeah. So that's all the news we have today.
It was a fun show.
We got to get out of this because
Karen,
I need the AC on.
Take off the 2 weeks. Have a blast. Have a good time. Stay away from, trouble. And, I gave you one advice, Karen. Do not, if you want an alpha male guy, which he falls for, you gotta break up the being all so liberal. You gotta be a little bit more manly and be okay with the Second Amendment. Gotta loosen up. Have some fun out there at the bars.
All right. So we're gonna get out of this. We'll be back for the weekly wrap up on Friday.
Yeah, the wrap up.
So until then, remember, do your own research and be prepared.